Yeah, this is live coverage of the Artemis 1 mission to the moon, and our very own John Dissauer is going to give us the 411 on what this launch is all about today. Kind of a cool look there. You can see multiple looks coming on right now from ABC News this morning. John, so what's so different about this launch than kind of other launches we've seen throughout the last few years here?
Well, I would even say the last several decades. You know, I'm 47 and I feel like I've gotten gypped out because I never got to see I never got to see anybody land on a moon. And this rocket launch is the test of the Artemis program. The Orion space capsule is what people will actually be flying in. This is really NASA's first venture back in, getting manned spaceflight back into space, because right now we have to rely on SpaceX to send people up with that, or the Russian Space Agency. But the other neat thing about this is planning for landing on the moon within probably the next 5 to 6 years. So that's exciting, and then beyond that, we're talking about going to Mars. So they're talking about putting a moon base up there, also putting a space station that's orbiting the moon. So what will eventually happen at some point is astronauts will get launched up on an Artemis rocket and get up there and then dock with the space station, stay there for 30 days, and then go down to the moon and do science experiments. So a couple cool things of interesting facts about this rocket. It's not quite as tall as the Saturn V. The Saturn V, those that have watched Apollo 13, that's the rocket that sent all the Apollo missions up. So not quite as tall, but here's the interesting thing. The computing power, just in the space capsule, so the Orion space capsule is sitting on top of the Artemis project. And the cool thing about this, the computing power is 4,000 times stronger or more powerful than what Apollo had. If you think about it, Apollo didn't really have computers on board, or at least computers we know of as today. This rocket is using previous engines from the space station, because they've got 16 rocket engines still sitting around from the space station era, so they're using that. But get this, the rocket's going to launch. The engines are providing 8.8 million pounds of thrust. But the overall cost of this launch this morning, happening at 7:33 our time, is a little over $4 billion. A lot to send this up. But yeah, so the rocket will be going on for 42 days, or the mission is. It's going to circle around the moon several times, orbiting as close as 60 miles above the surface to as much as 60,000 miles away, and then it'll start shooting back to Earth, landing in the Pacific Ocean on October 10th.
And we're going to have more of this in the next hour as well, but you can tell John's just a little excited about
this.
Yeah,
no kidding. He should be.
Well, cool, John. A lot of interesting tidbits you provided us there. We'll talk to you again about this in an hour, okay?